He clutched his chest in the middle of breakfast, egg yolk still on his fork. His wife thought he was choking. "Breathe, come on, breathe," she screamed, slapping his back. But it wasn't the food stuck in his throat. It was his heart, crashing. In the next 6 minutes, everything they built, their home, their memories, their Sunday walks, vanished into a blur of sirens and panic. He was 64, no history of heart disease, a jogger, didn't smoke, rarely drank. And yet, by the time the ambulance reached the ER, the monitor was already flat. Now pause. You're probably thinking, heart attack, sure, happens. But do you know what the doctor told his wife? He was healthy, but his breakfast, that combination, scrambled eggs with processed ham, coffee, and orange juice, it's a minefield. She didn't understand. Neither do most people. Eggs alone aren't the villain. They're loaded with nutrients, protein, good fats, vitamins. But pair them with the wrong foods, and you're pouring gasoline on a fire you didn't know was burning. See, it's not just what you eat, it's what you mix together. And every morning, millions of people, maybe even you, are eating a breakfast that's quietly setting them up for high blood pressure, clogged arteries, blood sugar crashes, and yes, sudden death. Sound dramatic? Good, because that's the only way to shake us out of this sleepwalking. We trust our plates. We think, if it was bad, they'd warn us. But they don't. They advertise it, wrap it in smiling families and bright packaging. Part of a balanced breakfast, they say. Sure, balanced like a tower of cards in a wind tunnel. Let me ask you this. Why does your heart race after certain meals? Why do your joints ache, your energy crash, your mood swing, just an hour after eating? It's not age. It's not stress. It's chemistry. And eggs, as innocent as they seem, become dangerous when mixed with just a few common culprits hiding in your kitchen right now. What if I told you your morning juice, that healthy citrus kick, might be blocking your body from absorbing the very nutrients in your eggs? What if that toast you love, the golden crunchy slice, is actually hijacking your blood sugar before you even start your day? And what if the way you combine these foods is turning your breakfast into a slow, silent saboteur? This isn't fear-mongering. It's biology. It's the kind of thing most doctors won't explain unless you're already sick. But what if we could stop it before the sirens, before the chest pain, before the tears on the kitchen floor? Because the truth is simple. Some foods just don't belong on the same plate. And once you know which ones, you'll never look at breakfast the same way again. Keep watching, because in the next few minutes, you'll meet someone who learned this the hard way, but got a second chance. His name is Nikolai, 71 years old, tall, lean, with the kind of face that looks like it's seen both war and laughter. A retired railway engineer from Rostov, proud father, grandfather of 5, and every single morning, for the last 30 years, he had the same breakfast. 2 eggs, fried, rye bread, a few slices of sausage, sometimes a tomato, always a cup of strong black tea, no sugar, simple, familiar. Like clockwork, he'd say. He loved routine, trusted it, believed in it, until one morning it betrayed him. He was walking down the hallway to the kitchen, nothing unusual, then suddenly his legs gave out, just gone. "I didn't fall," he later said. "I folded, like a chair." His wife, Lena, thought it was his back, or a pinched nerve. But something was off. He couldn't speak clearly. His mouth wouldn't move right. She called an ambulance. At the hospital, they called it a mini stroke, a warning shot. Not fatal, but close. Blood pressure through the roof, arteries inflamed, and his blood sugar spiking and crashing like a roller coaster. He stared at the ceiling in that white hospital room and kept asking, why now? No fast food, no vodka binges, no late-night snacks. He didn't understand, until a young nurse, no older than his daughter, sat down beside his bed and said, "Nikolai Ivanovich, may I ask what you eat for breakfast?" He told her. She paused, then said something that shook him. You eat healthy foods, but they're fighting each other inside you. That phrase haunted him. Fighting each other. She explained how mixing certain fats with processed meats in the morning triggers inflammation, how black tea blocks iron from eggs, how the wrong bread spikes glucose, then crashes it. Your breakfast, she said, has been quietly working against you for years. That night, Nikolai couldn't sleep. He thought about his old friend Pavel, who died suddenly last spring, same age, same breakfast. He remembered how Pavel used to joke, "Better die full than hungry." And now, Nikolai was almost the punchline. But here's the thing about this man. He's an engineer. He doesn't just take bad news, he studies it. He fixes it. So when he got home, he did what he always did on the rails when something went wrong. He changed the system. Not overnight, not perfectly, but piece by piece. Out went the sausage, the heavy rye, the old frying pan coated in oil. In came boiled eggs, steamed vegetables, a slice of avocado, oatmeal once or twice a week, herbal teas. He learned combinations, what worked, what didn't. And within 3 months, his pressure dropped. Sugar leveled. He lost 5 kilos. And most importantly, his energy came back. "I didn't feel younger," he told me. "I felt clearer, like my body stopped fighting itself." That's the power of knowing what to mix and what to never mix again. Because Nikolai didn't need a new medicine. He needed a new morning. And now, so might you. Let's break it down. Not with complicated medical jargon, but with simple truths your body's been trying to tell you for years. You see, your digestive system, it's not just a stomach with teeth. It's a lab, a chemical factory that runs on timing, enzymes, and balance. And just like in a real lab, the wrong combination of ingredients causes reactions you never intended. Let's start with eggs. Eggs are not the enemy. In fact, they're one of nature's most perfect foods, full of protein, packed with B vitamins, rich in choline, a nutrient your brain loves. But picture this. You take this perfect little nutrient bomb and fry it in oil next to processed sausage or bacon. Now you've got saturated fats clashing with nitrates and preservatives. Result? Inflammation. Inside your blood vessels, every single morning. And inflammation doesn't scream, it whispers in the form of fatigue, brain fog, aching joints, mood swings. You think it's age, but it's fire under your skin. Now add toast to the plate, white bread, even rye, if it's the soft commercial kind. Your body sees that bread as sugar, fast sugar. So your blood glucose spikes, your pancreas panics, releases a flood of insulin, then crash. You feel tired, hungry again, moody. You reach for more carbs, and the cycle rolls on. But here's where it gets sneakier. Ever drink orange juice or strong black tea with your eggs? Seems innocent, right? Wrong. Citrus juices, like orange or grapefruit, are acidic. They interfere with the absorption of minerals, like calcium, magnesium, and especially iron from your eggs. That means your body gets less of what it needs and starts craving more. Black tea? It's full of tannins, which, again, block iron absorption, especially the type found in eggs. So you end up eating something good and absorbing less than half of its benefit. And over time, that adds up. Now, here's the kicker. These food combinations don't just affect your digestion. They impact your hormones, your insulin, your cortisol, even your serotonin. They change how your body stores fat, how your heart responds to stress, how your brain handles memory. Think of it like traffic. If you send too many cars through the same intersection at once, chaos. But if you control the flow, separate lanes, and let certain vehicles pass first, smooth ride. Your body works the same way. Eggs and leafy greens? Perfect match. Eggs with sugary juice and sausage? Traffic jam, sirens, damage. That's why Nikolai's breakfast, eggs, processed meat, bread, tea, looked harmless, but inside, it was a perfect storm. Now here's something nobody tells you. It's not about banning foods forever. It's about timing. Combination, sequence. Imagine eating the exact same foods, but spreading them out. Eggs with spinach and olive oil in the morning. Tea an hour later. Bread at lunch, paired with fiber and healthy fats. Juice, rarely, or mixed with water. Small changes, big shift. Your body doesn't need a detox. It needs you to stop mixing the poison with the medicine. Because even the healthiest food, in the wrong combo, can become your enemy. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Coming up next, the exact combinations to avoid and what to swap them with, one by one. These aren't rules, they're rescue lines. 1. The tea trap. Lena thought she was doing everything right. She'd stopped drinking coffee after her blood pressure spiked, switched to black tea instead. Natural, she thought. Gentler. She drank it strong, dark, 2 cups every morning, always with her eggs. But here's what she didn't know. That tea was stealing the iron from her food. For months, she couldn't figure out why she felt so tired. Pale skin, cold hands, bruising easily. Her doctor said, "Your iron is low." She was shocked. "But I eat eggs. I eat greens." Yes, but the timing was off. Black tea is full of tannins, natural compounds that bind to non-heme iron, especially the kind found in plant foods and eggs, and make it unavailable for absorption. Imagine putting a lock on your nutrients, and then throwing away the key. So here's the fix. Drink tea, but not with your meal. Wait at least 1 hour after eating. Better yet, swap your morning black tea for a cup of warm water with lemon or herbal tea. No tannins, no interference, just hydration and circulation. Lena made that one switch, and in 3 weeks her energy came roaring back. Her cheeks pinked up, her hands warmed. She said, "I didn't need more iron. I just had to stop throwing it away." Sometimes the enemy isn't what we eat, but when we drink. 2. The toast. Illusion. Vadim loved toast, 2 golden slices, crispy, buttered, sometimes with jam, always with eggs. He'd eat it, feel full, then by 10 a.m. he was starving, craving more food, more sugar, a muffin, a candy, anything. What he didn't realize? His breakfast was turning him into a sugar junkie. White toast, and even soft rye or wheat, gets broken down fast into glucose. That spikes your blood sugar, giving you a false high. But what goes up comes crashing down. Your body panics, releases insulin, then your sugar drops, and you're left shaky, tired, and reaching for snacks you didn't plan on. Vadim was stuck on a sugar roller coaster and blaming it on age. So what did he do? He replaced the toast with a small bowl of oatmeal, topped with chia seeds and a few walnuts. Slow carbs, fiber, healthy fats, and guess what? No crash, no hunger, just clean, even energy until lunch. He still eats toast, but now only occasionally and never alone, always with protein and fat to slow it down. Breakfast isn't just about fuel, it's about how long that fuel lasts. 3. The juice mistake. Galina believed in her fresh start. Every morning, a tall glass of orange juice before anything else, cold, sweet, bright. "It wakes me up," she'd say. And yes, it felt energizing. But here's the truth. That glass was flooding her bloodstream with fructose on an empty stomach. And when paired with eggs or toast, it triggered fat storage and blocked mineral absorption. Fructose, especially in juice form, goes straight to the liver. And when your liver's already dealing with fats from eggs or meats, the combo gets toxic fast. Fatty liver, insulin resistance, triglycerides up, all from one healthy habit. When her doctor told her she was pre-diabetic, she was stunned. Juice? She thought it was vitamin C. Now she eats first, real food. Then, if she wants something fruity, she eats a whole orange, with fiber, chewed, not sipped. And only after her meal. Her sugar stabilized, her liver calmed down, her waist shrank. She smiled and said, "Turns out juice was sweet, but not innocent." These aren't diet tips. They're corrections, small shifts that protect your mornings and your life. Coming up next, the one breakfast swap that doctors in Japan use to extend lifespan. Simple, surprising, and delicious. Take a breath. This isn't about fear, it's about power. Because here's the truth. The little things you've done every morning, for years, they matter. But now you know better, and that changes everything. Maybe you've looked in the mirror and thought, I'm just getting old. No, not always, not entirely. Sometimes it's not age, it's repetition. It's habits we never questioned, because no one ever told us to. But look how fast it shifts. One cup of tea moved to an hour later. One slice of bread replaced with something that lasts. One healthy juice traded for real food. And a real difference. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to throw everything out. You just need to start listening to your body and feeding it like someone you care about, because you deserve that. Yes, you who raised kids on 5 hours of sleep, who kept going when the paycheck was late and the back hurt and no one said thank you. You who always put others first. Now it's your turn to feel strong again, clear again, light, focused, steady, like your body's working with you, not against you. Don't let anyone tell you it's too late. Nikolai didn't believe that. Lena didn't. Vadim didn't. Galina didn't. And look what changed. Everything. Not with pills, not with fancy diets, but with small, precise choices made in the quiet of the morning. You have more power than you think, more life ahead than they told you to expect, and more healing inside you than you've ever been allowed to believe. So tomorrow morning, pause, look at your plate, and remember, it's not just food, it's fuel, it's information, it's medicine, or poison, depending on how you mix it. Now you know, and that means you win, because the real secret to longevity isn't just what you eat, it's what you no longer ignore. And today, you stopped ignoring. That's the beginning of something good.